Hi students, I just want to touch base with you. It seems like it's been a little while since we talked. So this is our touching base message number 2. First exam is over. As you know, hopefully you have already moved on and hit the ground running with your assignments. If you did not do as well as you had intended, shake it off, but keep going. You have much to do. Okay, there is, I want you to know, another pending opportunity for extra credit. I will tell you more about this as time goes on, but I want to give you a heads up about it. Our college is working on a system to do some evaluations that are part of a lot of the things that are going on at the federal government level. And in order to test that, I will send you some instructions, hopefully in the first part of the week, and ask you to take kind of a beta again of our pretest. Remember the pretest at the start of the system? The good news is this time I will offer you extra credit points for that, but I'll give you more information. But I wanted you to know that it's related to kind of testing a system for the college in hopes of collecting some data. Now, where should you be? Hopefully you are finishing Chapter 4, starting Chapter 5, and then you still will have to go on to Chapter 6. So hopefully you are working hard and moving quickly forward. Also, Learning Projects 2 and 3 have been assigned. They require you to watch some videos that are going to begin being very helpful with Chapter 5 and then continue on to support you, especially in problem solving for Chapter 6. The reason I say this, I would watch these videos sooner rather than later. The assignments are actually quite simple. Read the instructions. What I really want you to do is to watch these videos. So let me just look at the schedule here. As you can look at this, here we finished exam number 1. It's already, today's the 13th, so you're watching this either today or later, so you should be finished with Chapter 4 or finishing up Chapter 4. Learning Project 2 is assigned. You see Chapter 5 starting. Need to get in there doing that. And then with Chapter 6, that's where the videos for Learning Project 3 are really going to help you. So these are a series of YouTube videos. Notice that I've allowed some time for Chapter 6 because it is going to be more challenging. You need to do that because as soon as you come back, we'll have our spring break, you'll be facing exam number 2. So be prepared for that because you see the timeline is going to be this weekend of March the 19th. So be ready for that because this is a very fast moving area and there are some concepts here that you're going to have to work with. Speaking of that, I have one more thing that I want to talk to you about, and that is the tolerances that are set inside of Connect. Let me explain that in this way. One of the students submitted or emailed me an issue with a box plot, and this demonstrates Connect tolerances perfectly. If you have worked the problem with the box plot, you were first asked to estimate what is the value for the third quartile. Now, the correct answer in that box plot, if you've submitted the work and checked it, is 700. But the system in this particular instance will accept as much as plus or minus 50 off because it's a graph. So let's say, and this particular student did use the value of 650, and the system marked it correct because it's within the tolerance. Okay, but later you're going to use that value to calculate an upper limit for an outlier. Well, because there was some error, when that person plugged this into the formula, they correctly said Q3, which is 650, plus 1.5 times, in this case they thought it was 650 minus 300, they got a value of 350, and the system marked this wrong. But that is correct that it is wrong because what's happened is the early error has now accumulated to a point that it's affecting later answers. You're going to see this as a problem more and more and more. So what's the solution? After you submit an assignment, you need to check your work against and correct any errors. Repeat the assignment as needed and then improve before the exam. Remember, you have all the questions in advance. So I wanted to touch base. Thanks, and email with questions.